Hey, this is me, your girl. I'm that chick, Linda. Nobody's telling me what to do, so I'm highly unqualified. I basically don't know what I'm doing.
Hi, I'm Linda Youngboy, so welcome back to another episode of Highly Unqualified. Today we're at the brand new Full House Studios on Woodvale Grove, and it is on Brick House, the first floor, ground floor. Yeah, so come check it out. And they have really great deals on, like, if you want to vlog and stuff like that. They're amazing. Also today with me, I am with Mrs. Full House herself, Shirley.
Hi.
And the reason you're here, Shirley, is because I think you're like a super mom. I mean, you do everything, and then on top of it, you have 2 kids, and you don't have a full-time nanny. You're my hero. Okay, so what do you do?
I'm a mom. I also do part-time with my hubby Leo in the studio. Also trying to do photography as well. And I also sell timber.
That's amazing. You don't look like the kind of person who would be selling timber.
No, I normally don't dress like this. I have my jeans, a t-shirt, tackies on, a cap or a scarf. And
That's amazing. And then you're back to the lipstick. I love it. Okay, so today I wanted to ask you a few quick fire questions because I feel like I don't have that much experience in being a mom. I've only done it for what, 1.5 years, and you've been at it like a decade now.
Yeah.
Your oldest is 10, which is crazy. Okay, so first question has to be, what are the things you're doing now that you feel like you're doing it like your mom and you said you never would? Like, for instance, my mom, you know, when she's really angry at you, she starts shouting in like Kale, and I don't speak Kalenjin, okay? So it's really hard. That's how you know, like, mom is never gonna forgive me. She's gonna curse me when she starts talking to you in Kalenjin. And the one thing she always used to shout at us is like, "Chesebri lakwani," which is pretty much child of mucus, okay? And I find myself shouting at my child now, like, without even realizing it. So the other day, my husband is like, "What did you just chant at our child?" And I was like, "It's not a curse. Just like I called her, you know, a booger baby." So now I find myself doing that. I shout at my child in like languages that I don't even know. So what's the one thing you find yourself doing that you told yourself I'll never do, and now you're like, oh my god, I'm becoming my mother?
What?
Like, for instance, my mom also, like, blue band containers became like what she puts food in. I don't understand. My mom buys a lot of Tupperware.
I throw them.
See, I used to do that too.
I throw them in the dustbin.
But now I've become my mother.
Yeah.
I open my fridge and there's like Action there, and it's food.
No, maybe the takeaway spoon.
Yeah.
That I keep.
For some reason, you always feel like I might need them, and you never do.
Especially the ones from, can I mention?
Like yogurt, right? The
yes,
frozen
the yogurt. Yeah.
They're the best to feed the babies
Pink
with.
and green.
Right?
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one who does that.
And something I have kind of become like my mom is combing my daughter's hair when I don't have the patience anymore. And when we were being combed, she would comb our hair.
Yeah.
And she would cut our hair because I have kinky hair. Cut it really short. So I keep telling my daughter, I'm gonna cut your hair.
That is the most like mom
I'm
thread.
sounding like my mother.
Welcome. It happens.
And then, like, I was combing her hair with, I use an afro comb.
Yeah.
And I actually hit her.
Like, sit still.
Oh my god.
It happens.
You know?
The thing that I'm dreading, I hope I never become like my mom. So my mom wouldn't really like chop us. She did, but like if you did something especially like not so big, she'd want you to like marinate on it. So she'd tell you, Sunday we're talking about this. So what it meant was on Sunday, she put us in the white stockings. Like, I don't know, if you guys grew up in the 2000s, white stockings with the dress for church. And every time she was like, Valishaing you, she would pinch you all the way up as she's putting it on. And she's like, remember on Wednesday when you did? Like, I thought that was insane. But my mom, like, that was her like go-to trick. And right now, she brings it up as one of her like best parenting things. And I'm just like, mother, you abused us. Like, but okay. So yeah. Also, what is the one thing you're doing now that you appreciate you learned from your mom to do with your kids?
Cooking.
Cooking.
Yeah.
So you cook with the kids?
Sometimes.
Does it get messy as hay?
Yeah.
Like hell?
Just the cooking and the baking.
Yeah.
That I enjoy the baking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think one day I'll try. Right now my child just licks everything. So.
It's okay.
Really? Because she's licking like flour than the floor.
It's fine.
My child is not classy. then she licks people's shoes. We go to someone's house, and I'm wondering, why is Howie so quiet? You just find her like someone's shoe.
Lack of calcium.
Maybe. Or lack of class, not calcium. Anyway, I love her anyway. She's cool. However, okay, the other thing I want to know, how do you juggle everything? Because especially, I mentioned earlier, you guys don't have a full-time nanny.
Yeah.
I've been very blessed with a nanny who I had before I gave birth. She stayed with us from the time I was around like 9 months pregnant. She's been with us all along.
Wow.
Yeah,
lucky.
exactly. She's amazing with Howie. And you know, like she's Ugandan. So I come home and like Wilkie and Howie are just like jamming to Ugandan songs. And Howie now, if you call her and she doesn't see who's calling her, she responds, Wanji, which is apparently the Ugandan, yes. So that's my kid now, and I love it. But like, I think I wouldn't know how to raise my child with what I do if I didn't have Will Kista in my life. So like, how do you juggle everything? Especially because Kenyan moms, we are spoiled.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to get help, unlike somebody who's living in the diaspora, which it's expensive as hell.
Yeah,
so how do you do it? And why do you do it that way?
It's because I like things a certain way. And I have tried a live-in for like 3 days.
Good try.
It didn't work. It just didn't work. She was not interested, and yeah. So now I have a lady who just comes in to clean. And when I do need to go for meetings, I'll take the baby to my mom.
Okay.
And the firstborn is in school, so at least I know I have that time.
Right.
And it's kind of difficult because when I get friends calling, hey, do you want to meet up for coffee? And I'm like,
yeah, like random meetups.
no, I can't. And
so that's the other thing. Like, how do you juggle having a life? Because that's the other thing people don't tell you. Your life changes when you have kids. And because of it, most of the time you will lose friends.
Yes.
Because they don't understand why you can't just drop everything and show up. So how do you juggle? How do you even like do little things like date night? Do you do date night?
No, I don't.
You do date days.
Date night with the girls.
Right?
with the kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, but like, okay, what is the one thing that is the pro about it? Like the greatest thing about it? Because you get to spend more time. For me, I deal with guilt, mom guilt, because I always feel like I'm not spending enough time with my daughter. Because I'm always busy, I'm always out of the house. I feel like I'm not there enough. And it hurt me most when my daughter started walking. I missed her first step.
Oh.
I came home and Will kissed her, like as soon as I walked in, Ali Temea! And I didn't see it. And I remember like I was crying and she didn't understand why I was crying. She's like, this bitch is crazy. I told her your kid is walking. Why are you mad? She didn't understand that I felt like this is something I wanted to be there for. And so I was told by other working moms, like when you first see her walking, that's her first step.
Yeah.
Not anybody else. That's her first step. So for you, you get to have that like one-on-one time with your daughters, like as much as possible. So I think that's a pro. I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
But what is the other thing that like you love about doing it the way you're doing it?
just spending time with them. But sometimes it's kind of, it drains me. It drains me a lot. And especially for like with my hubby, I'm like, does he think I'm running on like V-Power or something? And this V-Power is going on low.
Right? And he comes home and he thinks like, okay.
Yeah. What
like,
did you
no.
cook for dinner? I haven't cooked dinner yet.
I mean, I have a full time
like,
and sometimes
you
I'm
know?
just,
Yeah, so okay, things like that sometimes it's hard. Yeah, I want to be that perfect mom, but sometimes I can't get that dinner on time. I can't get the
a house to be as nice as you want it.
Yes, in order.
But you know, I had to learn really quickly, there's no such thing as a perfect mom.
Yeah.
And most of us still, even if you know it, you still stress yourself about it.
But we want to be that perfect mom, and it's,
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like a unicorn. You want to be a unicorn mom? You can't. So I had to learn, like, for instance, my child, I don't know about your kids, but she, like, I could have cleaned the house. It's so damn clean. I'm so proud. And then she walks in and the room, like, explodes toys everywhere. And I don't know how she does it because she's so small, but she just explodes everywhere. But also, okay, let's go back to the hubby. How do you juggle? Because at the end of the day, you still want to be like, his girlfriend, but you still have to be these people's mom.
Yeah.
Because I find that hard to juggle, because I'm also like juggling work, juggling everything, and then I come home and he's looking at me like, hey girlfriend, and I'm like, no, call me Mama Howie, please. Like, I don't know how you do it.
It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's so difficult because I'm still breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And then...
That was weird for me. I just, sex while you're breastfeeding is weird.
Yeah, so it's like, and sometimes she wakes up at like 2 in the morning.
Oh no.
And you're like, this ain't happening, right?
Yeah, like,
it's just
good night.
ain't happening. Baby, I've got to go to the baby.
Yeah. Well, it happens, and I think at some point it evens out. And then, you know, the problem is with being a family person, when it finally like evens out, then you start having baby fever again. Just when you're back to being normal, then you're like, we should get another.
Imagine I have it.
You have baby
I
fever?
have baby fever. I'm like,
You have a 9-month-old.
I want a baby.
Oh, she is a baby. Oh my god.
I want to be pregnant again.
But I do kind of miss being pregnant. I
yeah,
get it.
I want to skip the lines in the bank.
Yes, and
I
then
want
you
to
make
be
like
given-
loud noises, and people they're like, madam, kuda tu.
Because I get really huge. So do you know I get a lot of privilege, like
Amazing. Yeah, sit down.
Mama,
sit down.
okay.
Executive banking everywhere.
And the NHIF.
Yeah.
And the Sky took me, no. And the lines here in Westlands, the lines are so long. And I was like feeling so good. I'm like,
I do miss being pregnant, and I miss pregnancy boobs. I had like boobs. It was amazing. I've never been the person to be the boob chick. I had like a good solid 8 months of just like, it was amazing. Rest in peace. Can you make this in black and white? Yeah. Okay. And then finally, momsplaining.
Mom's what?
I had to learn momsplaining is when other moms tell you you're doing it wrong. You know, because it's always other moms who think you're doing it wrong. Who have to tell you like, oh, you're doing it like that? You know, I did this and this, and now my children are perfect and ride horses on the weekend and have Yale degrees at 3. So how do you deal with momsplaining? Because I feel like, and it's so easy to momsplain. Because for instance, I went to my friend's house, okay, and she was a baby around the same age as my daughter. My daughter's sleep trained. It sounds like a dog, but like she's sleep trained in the good way. Like by 7:30 we start bedtime, and she's in bed latest by 8. Okay, this child has my child is maybe 0 grazing. She's got free range children who just like sleep when they sleep, and so the parents sleep when they sleep. Like it's a madhouse.
But she must be a stay-at-home mom.
She is, but she likes it that way. You know, I was so tempted to become that mom of like, but have you tried sleep training? But I had to catch myself. So how do you deal with getting a lot of that and also, you know, trying to restrain yourself when it comes to momsplaining to others?
It goes into one ear and comes out from the other.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes I kind of get a little bit angry because like, I think my hubby was told by one of his friends when we had the last baby that, okay, wait, I shouldn't repeat that. When we had our, how do I say, second bone, because that's the last baby.
Yeah. Ten. You better get rich, Leo.
Yeah. With our baby right now.
Our second, right?
Yes.
Soon to be
Cut.
big sister.
With our second born, he was advised by, I think, a friend, or I don't know if he read it or something, that she should let the baby cry.
Why?
And here I am, the baby's just a couple of weeks, and she's like,
let her cry. Yeah, and they're like screaming and red and looking like you're killing them.
Here I am, like, I'm feeling hot. I was feeling hot until here, and I'm like, I need to pick up my baby. No. I was told just let her cry.
Okay, though, I have learned that for some people that works. I think that's horrible.
It's evil. Evil.
And then,
I didn't have a baby. I mean, be pregnant for like 9 months just to leave the baby in the cot.
Yeah, but also maybe it's not so horrible. I don't remember being that age, so even if my mom let us cry, I'm pretty sure my mom
our
probably
baby
did.
lost her voice. She was like,
I mean, you gotta think that's pretty funny now.
And in the back of my head, I'm like, you see?
baby advice. I feel like that's always the funniest to me. Because they're doing it from a place of like, you know, my husband changes a diaper once in a while. And he's out here giving people like, you know, for us, we prefer this brand of whatnot. And I just look at him like, bro, like when is the last time you changed a diaper? But like men's children advice is my favorite kind. For instance, my husband thought when I was sleep training my daughter, I never let her cry it out. But because I got her used to a routine, if she got out of the routine, I wouldn't pick her up. I would just go in there like, you know, it's time to sleep. You gotta go, good night, bye. And so she knew. So he started saying like I'm torturing his child. But then when it started working, wait until my husband, you should hear him giving like, he's like, you know, for us, I personally, yeah, I slept, you know, just like, dude, you slept through everything. And my husband sleeps through everything. Like everything. But men and their advice. Good job, Leo.
No, but I think for the ladies who think they have a perfect way of doing their things, sometimes just listen to it, and if you want to do it, just do it. But
okay,
you know.
Now, if you were to define yourself, because I realized that for me, after I had Howie, I almost defined myself as a mom first. If you were to define yourself as anything but a mom, who are you? Because we have to learn to do that. Because we are raising our children to leave. And that's how you know you've done a good job. If they stick around until they're 45. That's your fault. Exactly. So like, who are you without the kids?
First of all, honestly, I think I'll be lost.
Really? I get that. No, I totally get that. Because I honestly feel like I don't know what I would be defining myself as now. And that's why every time I meet a mom, I ask them like, who are you without the kids? Because I need to learn how to define myself too.
To be me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So think about that.
Yeah.
Linda got deep. Thanks. All right. I think I'll end it there because I'll never get that deep again. So thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe, like us on all my platforms on social media, and we will see you back here next week for another episode of Highly Unqualified.